Hey Steeler Nation, I'm back today with a brand new video, and I'll be doing my 2026 NFL Mock Draft 5.0 after the first week of NFL free agency. Obviously, a lot of stuff has changed in the first week, so it's just gonna be hectic with this draft. It's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be different, and I can't wait to do this. So let's get this started. First off, I'll pick. This is easy. Nothing to talk about. It's Fernando Mendoza. New York Jets. This pick is also relatively, easy. So it's going to be Arvell Reese out of Ohio State University. Cardinals, they just picked up Tyler Algier. Jeremiah Love is here, but I don't think they'll go with Jeremiah Love since they got Tyler Algier. That right side of that offensive line is ferocious. They just signed a left guard, my Pittsburgh Steelers, Isaac Samalu, so they're fixing the offensive line up, and they want to protect their new quarterback. So that'll be Francis Mauigoa. I'm going with the third overall pick. He was my top tackle in this whole class. Currently still is, but it's between him and what's his name, Fanu. They're both really good, but I think Mauigoa will go first. Tennessee Titans, this pick is here. Tony Pollard, there's a chance that he could get released. He's currently, he didn't get released just yet. But I think they'll pick up Jeremiah Love with the fourth overall pick. I think they want to build an offense around Cam Ward. They spent over $350+ million in defense over the last couple of days in free agency. So I think they'll get up on defense in the draft. So I think they'll go Jeremiah Love. The New York Giants, this is a kind of a pick some people might hate, but I'm going to go Sonny Styles out of The Ohio State University. They did pick up Tremaine Edmonds, but keep in mind Bobby Okorie is a free agent. So if they resign him, but I don't think they will. So I think Sonny Styles will not go any lower. I don't think he'll get past 10 at best. Pick 6 for the Cleveland Browns. They picked up a couple offensive line pieces, like within Zion Johnson, I believe. Somebody else, Titus Howard, they traded for. So I think they're going to go Carnell Tate out of Ohio State University. He played solidly well. Obviously, he was injured for about 3-4 games, but I think the Browns need to pick up on offense, on the offensive passing side of the ball. So, I think they'll go receiver here, and that's why I think Commanders, this pick is also hard because they signed Odafe Oweh, so they're kind of no need for edge rusher. They also signed a corner with Amik Robertson. They need running back, but there's no running back who'll go this high. So I think with this pick, I think it's the best I can go, and I think they'll go Kenyon Sadiq. This is my first time taking him this high, but I listen, some people might hate this pick, but Zach Ertz, he's getting up there in age. He's just coming off of a torn ACL tear. And, heck, I don't know. He might not even be ready for the 2026-2027 season. So we don't really know. I mean, I think Commanders will go offense, obviously, to provide for Jane Daniels, because while he was healthy for the first couple of weeks for the Commanders, it was not really that good. I know the Commanders just signed Chig Okonkwo, but I don't think he's going to be a solid piece for them. Some people might hate this pick, but I like it. I think Kenyon Sadiq is going to be a powerhouse. I think they can run a 2 tight end set, so it'll be good. The Saints, they signed a couple linebackers. They signed Travis Etienne. So I think with this pick, they're going to go Reuben Bain Jr. out of Miami. This is my first time taking him here as well. But Cameron Jordan is a free agent. He's yet to be signed by any other team, so they might bring him back. The chances are low because the Saints did clarify that he's not coming back. Yeah, so I think they can pair him up alongside, Chase Young, with them guys, and Brian Brees, a couple of those guys. But, yeah, I think Reuben Bain Jr. could find a home in Miami. New Orleans. Kansas City Chiefs, they just signed Kenneth Walker. They got rid of Brian Cook, so this is where I'm going to go. I'm taking Caleb Downs out of The Ohio State University. I'm going this pick because they let Brian Cook walk. They traded Trent McDuffie, so this is a go-ahead pick. Nothing to talk about, but I'm going with Caleb Downs. The Cincinnati Bengals, they signed Boy Mafe in free agency. He's on the Seahawks. They also signed Jonathan Allen. They also got Brian Cook. So it's kind of, crazy. They had a good class, but this is where I think Caleb Banks will go. I know some people might hate this pick. They just picked up Jonathan Allen. But I think if they want to have a good running game alongside Allen and Chris Jenkins, I think they'll go Caleb Banks. This might be a hit or miss pick, but I think it will hit because Caleb Downs is really good. Caleb Banks is really good. I honestly think he was injured for a couple games, but actually half the season. But I think he can still go top 10. Relatively easy to go top 10 for him for his size and speed. Miami Dolphins, they signed Malik Willis. Some of their corners are free agents. They haven't really signed anyone. So I think with this pick, they also, I think with this pick, I'm taking David Bailey out of Texas Tech. They haven't really signed phenomenal edge rusher just yet. I don't know if any days coming and they're going to sign anyone. But you can pair him up with Chop Robinson and them guys. So it'd be cool. I think they definitely address the edge rusher position. Cowboys, they just signed Kobe Durant today. They traded for Rashawn Gary, a couple other signings, a couple safeties. I think with this pick, I think this is where Mansour Delane lands. I think they'll pair him up with Kobe Durant and Deron Bland. So I think they want to definitely address defense. They did within free agency. So I think they'll go defensive position in the first with their first pick. Los Angeles Rams, they obviously traded for Trent McDuffie. They signed a couple guys. They obviously they also signed Jalen Watson, I believe. Yeah. They're apparently making a push to trade for A.J. Brown too. But as of right now, I don't think they will. I think they will, but I think with this pick, they need to definitely address the offensive line position because Robert Havenstein retired, Dean Skipper retired, Taylor Decker is gone, so he's a free agent. So I think they'll go Spencer Fanu with the 13th overall pick. Baltimore Ravens, they didn't get that Max Crosby trade, but hey, David Bailey's off the board, Caleb Banks, Baines off the board, Reese is off the board, Styles is off the board. So you address positions. But I think with this pick, I'm going to be honest, I think Mekhi Lemon will end up in Baltimore. My first time taking him. But I think Mekhi Lemon's kind of a Baltimore guy to me. He seems like, him and Zay Flowers might go crazy, but I think they need to address wide receiver if they really want Lamar Jackson and that offense to go to, try to fight for a bowl. And obviously they let Likely walk to the Giants. And they also got Ricard, key offensive pieces, and Tyler Linderbaum go, so they would definitely want to bump that offense right back up. Buccaneers, you signed Mike Kenneth Gainwell, you signed Alex Anzalone, so I think with this pick, Kenyon Sadiq's off the board, but I think he can fall this high, 15. I think they'll be taking Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. This is my first time taking him here as well. But I think Akeem Mesidor really solidified himself as a true edge rusher, obviously within the Senior Bowl and obviously the playoffs. But I think he can fall this high, definitely in the top 20 at least. But I think he can fall between 15, So I think that's where Mesidor land because Buccaneers, they didn't really sign no key defensive players other than Alex Anzalone in free agency. But, the Jets, you signed Deshaun Wright. You signed a couple other guys. DeMario Davis. I know they got a couple more guys, but I think with this pick, they're going to go Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee. like I said, this draft looks completely different because of free agency. So if it looks weird, you look weird. He didn't play at all in the 2025-2026 season, but I think he played so well in the 2024 season. I think he can definitely fall into at pick 16. I think there's a chance, and I think it would happen. The Lions, you didn't really address nothing in free agency just yet, but I think with this pick, they'll go Monroe Freeland out of Georgia. This guy I've been looking at for about 2 months now, going into 2 months. I mean, he played solidly well. He's probably one of the top 3 best tackles in this whole class, behind Magoa and Fanu. But I think Monroe is probably the 3rd best, at least 5th best, maybe top 5, but in my opinion, 3rd. But he only allowed 2 sacks, 0 hits. He definitely improved from 2024 season, so I think he can follow the Lions. Minnesota Vikings, Aaron Jones, they brought him back, I believe. Yep, they did. So you lost. They didn't really sign no one just yet, other than my James Pierre. I can remember off the top of my mind. Yeah. So I think with this pick, I think Dylan Thieneman can follow this pick. They also released Harrison Smith, so I think he addressed the safety position. And I think Dylan Thieneman really proved himself in the combine. Definitely he played so well for my Ducks, and I think he can fall around this pick. And I think he'll definitely look good in Minnesota Viking. Could be the next Harrison Smith. But I really like Dylan Thieneman. I hope we can pick him up. That my Steelers can pick him up in the second round if he falls that far. But like I said, we just signed Jaquan Brisker. But, Deshaun Elliott, I wouldn't mind Thieneman. We can have that little 3 rotational piece, gang. Panthers, you just signed Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd, 2 key defensive positions. Guys you just picked up. You also signed John Mechie on the offensive side of the ball, a couple other guys. They also signed a good offensive lineman, I believe. I forgot who his name was, but I think with this pick, I think let's see. They need to address a couple positions. I think they also got I was thinking someone else. But I think with this pick, I really do think that Katie McDonald lands in Carolina. He played pretty well. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong person. I think Katie McDonald, he played solidly well. I think he definitely will fit Carolina's defense. He'll play alongside, James Phillips, Derek Brown, and Katie McDonald himself. But I think they really loaded up on defense in the free agency, so I think they'll do it again in the draft because they really want to push their defense because their defense was okay last season, but I think they really want to make a push, obviously the playoffs, so I think they step up on defense. So Cowboys, you got Mansard Delane with the 12th pick. I think C.J. Allen falls here. There's no doubt about it. Kenneth Murray, he's a free agent. Logan Wilson, that you also released not too long ago. There's no other solid linebacker. They also had talks with us to trade for Patrick Queen, but that's not going to go down. As of right now, there's no big talks. So I think he can fall to the Dallas Cowboys. This is actually a perfect number for C.J. Allen, around 20. My Pittsburgh Steelers, like we said, we addressed a couple positions in free agency. Not offensive line just yet. But, I think we obviously trade for Pittman. We don't need a receiver. But I think, if you want me to be honest, I'm going with this pick. I think he can fall in the first round at best. I think I'm going to take Alagnavega Leon. Can't pronounce his name correctly, but I think Isaac Samalu is a free agent. He went to the Arizona Cardinals. We need to address the left guard position. Obviously, Leon played that position 565 snaps. I think he can fuel that position, and I wouldn't be mad if we drafted him because we need left guard unless we sign somebody in free agency, but we got a lot of time to do that. So, as of right now, I'll be taking Leon with the 21st pick. Chargers with the 22nd pick, you signed Tyler Biadasz, center. You let Zion Johnson walk. I think Mekhi Becton, they also let him walk, a free agent. And, you got Leon's off the board, Monroe's off the board, Fanu's off the board, Mago was off the board. So, If you want me to be honest, I think he can fall here, and I think they're going to go Peter Woods with the 22nd overall pick. I think they need to definitely stock up on that run defensive, run defense. Obviously, because Khalil Mack, he just got re-signed, but he's getting up there in age. They really want to stop the run, especially after losing a couple guys and run stuffers. Tier Tart's still there. I mean, him and Peter Woods are two big guys. I'll definitely stop the run. I'll look forward to that if they do draft him. But in my mock, I'm taking him. Philadelphia Eagles, you didn't re-sign Goddard. He's still a free agent. Oh, he's a free agent. And obviously, Sadiq's off the board going to Commanders. So I think with this pick, I think Kedrick Falk will go to Philadelphia. You obviously lost Jalen Phillips. You lost a couple defensive positions. So I think they need to get Kedrick Falk with a 23rd overall pick. He played solidly well. He definitely did downgrade in stats between last season and 2025 season. Only 2 sacks. But he has a little bit small arms, but he has the power wash to get to the quarterback. So I really wouldn't be surprised if they go here with Kedrick Falk, because I really like Kedrick Falk. And obviously letting Jalen Phillips go, that's a big, loss. Cleveland Browns, you got Carnell Tate with the pick 6, and you definitely need a couple guys. This is why I think he can fall to them. And I'm taking Kane Proctor with the 24th overall pick. Obviously, Kane Proctor is a big guy. He definitely downgraded in, letting sacks, but, who cares about that? He's a big guy. Obviously, half their offensive line is free agents, but I believe they re-signed one guy. Yeah, I know they got they traded for Zion Johnson, Titus Howard. They also re-signed somebody. I forgot who that was, but they re-signed somebody. Chicago Bears, you obviously let Jaquan Brisker walk. So glad he's with us. Nashawn Wright, Kevin Byard. All them guys are gone, sadly. Owen something got signed to the Colts also. So they're losing a lot of their defense. So with that pick, I think they'll take Christian Miller with the 25th overall pick. I think Christian Miller can fall in the first round. I like this dude, even though he had no sacks, but he played really well. He's a big dude, fast guy. He has agility. He can stop the run. He can stretch the field. Everything. I wouldn't even mind if the Steelers take him, but I think it's a little bit high for him at the 21st pick. But if he, I don't think we'll take him, but because we just re-signed Cam Hayward to a 2-year contract. But yeah, 26 for the Bills. You trade for DJ Moore. You address the receiver position. So I think Emmanuel Pregnon is the clear pick for the Buffalo Bills. Deion Dawkins, there have been talks about him going out. I think the Bills, yeah, David Edwards is out of he's out of Chicago. Out of Buffalo. So he signed, I think it was the Saints, I believe. Yeah, they need to address guard. So I think Emmanuel Pregnon can fall to the Buffalo Bills at pick 26. And I love Emmanuel Pregnon. He can definitely stop the stretch the field for the running back to get places. 27 for the 49ers. He signed Mike Evans. Bryce Huff just retired. So I think they'll go Cassius Howell with the 27th pick. Bryce Huff retired after 6 seasons, I believe. Surprising retiring at 27, but I forgot what he said why. I think family or something, or just the loss for the game. I forgot what it was. But Cassius Howell, he's so underrated. He had 12 sacks, definitely better than 2024 season. He's fast. He's big. I think he can fit the Robert Saleh's, I forgot Robert Saleh's not even there. But Raheem Morris defense, my fault. The Houston Texans need to address a couple positions. I think, yeah, they didn't really sign no one as of right now. I know they let a couple guys walk. They signed Reed Blankenship on defense, so that's a key piece for them. But I think he can fall. This might be an underrated pick for some people, but I do think he can fall into the first round. Some people might hate this. Some people might. But I think Chase Biontis can fall into the first round around this pick. He played really well. His overall grade is 62.4, but I think he really definitely, boosted his status. Obviously, his draft stock and the combine in one of the bowls, I believe they did not too long ago. I think he can fall in the first round. Kansas City Chiefs, you obviously let McDuffie go, Watson go, a couple other guys go, Pacheco. obviously, but, you know, they got a second-round pick. I mean, you already got Caleb Downs. So I think with this pick, they go Jordan Tyson with the 29th overall pick. Some people might argue with this pick, why did Jordan Tyson fall this far? Well, let me tell you this, guys. Some people might hate this pick, but honestly, as me, no. I used to be an Arizona State fan whenever he came to Arizona State. I changed because I forgot why I changed. I was an Arizona fan and Oregon State fan because I was an Oregon Duck fan for a while, but I liked both teams. But yeah, I remember Jordan Tyson, but he got injured last season. I think that really will downgrade his draft stock, but I think he can still fall in the first round and go play with Worthy and Rice. More targets for Mahomes. Pick 30 for the Broncos. You know, I got nothing to say because Miller's gone. Allen's gone. McDonald's gone. So I think with this pick, it's kind of hard, but I think he can fit with the Broncos. Let's see, where's he at? Yeah, okay. Well, I think with this pick, I'm going to take Omar Cooper. Some people might hate this pick. I understand. Not on their needs, but I think they need to address receiver for Bo Nix. I believe they didn't sign no one in free agency just yet. They're one of the teams that haven't signed no one. But Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Sutton, Mims, I don't think they have a solid number 3. I don't think Marvin Mims is that guy just yet. He plays solidly well. But between last season and now, he only had 322 receiving yards this season, and last season he had 503. But I don't think Mims is that kind of solid 3 for them. So I think they can take Omar Cooper. This is also a hit or miss pick, but I think it can happen. Patriots, you signed Romeo Doubs in free agency. So obviously that's a key pick. They also signed Kevin Byard on defense. That's cool. But I think with this pick, some people might also hate it, but I think he can fall in the first round as well. I think T.J. Parker. T.J. Parker is a kind of guy that can be pick 20, pick 25, but his draft stock been going down a little bit, I believe, due to an injury or some kind of size issue. But he played solidly well. Obviously, he didn't have much sacks, but his overall grade was 80.7, so that's going to definitely help his draft stock. But he played solidly well last season and that season, 2025 and 2026. 2025 and 2024. But yeah, Seattle Seahawks, you let Kenneth Walker walk, Kobe Bryant walk. What is his name? Walk. They also let Boy Mafe walk. So I think, they also let Rick Woolen walk. So half their defense is gone, and it sounds like the Chicago Bears to me. But, luckily, for the most part, they still got key positions on defense. But I think with this pick, they need that solid receiver 2/3. So I think with the last pick in the draft, they'll go Emmanuel McNeil Warren. This is my first time taking him in first round, but I think it's a hit pick. I think with letting Kobe Bryant and Rick Woolen walk, you got Nick Emmanwori, another young safety, but I think if you really want to stack on defense once again, you'll get a guy like Emmanuel McNeil Warren. He kind of reminds me of Kobe Bryant, honestly, a little bit, and Nick Emmanwori, like, combined. So if you want a good, hard-hitting safety, and he's so good in coverage, he can fly down to the ball, he can bat the ball down in midair, that's Emmanuel McNeil Warren. That's my 2026 NFL mock draft 5.0. A lot of different changes in this mock draft compared to the other ones, but this is after free agency, the first week, so it's going to look weird. I think it looks really good to me, and, make sure to watch the video, full videos, all my full videos. Make sure to subscribe and like for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Video will be coming out between tomorrow or Sunday, so make sure to watch that. Stay tuned for that. See you guys in the next video. Peace!